and we'll come over onto all fours. So just coming into your hands and knees. And then we're going to come down onto the forearms. So forearms are parallel. That's great. And we're going to bring some movement into the lower back here like we did on the ground in bridge. So rounding the lower back and then lengthening and extending. And rounding and lengthening and extending. Now see if you can just bring that movement just into the lower back here. I know it's hard to actually keep it out of the mid back, but just keep your gaze fixed at a point so your neck's not moving. So we're just doing lower back. Rounding, so it's quite a small movement. Lengthening, extending. Little mini cat-cow in the lower back. Good. 2 more. And then come back to sit on your heels with the knees wide. So we're going to sit on the heels with the knees wide. If it's not comfortable to sit on the heels, you can do this in tabletop, and it's even better if you can then just put a cushion or a block on your lower back. So if you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, be in tabletop, because we're now going to move into that mid-back section. So lots of you have done this with me before, but maybe Isina, you haven't done this. So what we do is we keep our lower backs contained. The sit bones are on the heels to do that. We keep our gaze fixed at a point just in the middle of the mat between the hands, and then we can bring movement into the mid-back section. So it is again a cat-cow movement in the mid-back. Love your cat joining in there, Anna and Lou. And then rounding into the mid-back and dropping the chest down towards the ground to find that movement just in the mid-back section. There might not be very much movement there. Just seeing what you've got. What does it feel like? And then come back up to tabletop. And this time we're going to move into the neck without moving the lower back or the mid back. So just getting a sense of the lower back and the mid back being stable. And we're going to just bring the chin to the chest and then gaze forwards and up. Just as much as feels comfortable for you in your neck, so you know what feels good and right for you. Chin to chest. Strong arms, gazing forwards and up. And again. And then come back to a neutral spine. So if you think of the neck as an extension of the spine, just finding that spot to place the gaze so that the neck feels long. And we'll bring the left fingertips lightly to the back of the head, light fingertip touch. I'm just going to open that elbow up and out to take a twist. So see if you can keep that twist in the mid back, so keeping the lower back nice and stable. And then draw that elbow across and underneath, taking it in the other direction. And then opening out. Good. And taking it across. One more time. Opening out, taking the elbow across and through. And then taking it to the other side. So place that hand down, light fingertip touch on the back of the head. Elbow lifts as you open the chest to the side. And then taking the elbow across to close the chest and take a twist. So hopefully you're feeling that in the mid back rather than the lower back. So we're keeping the lower back stable. Lifting and then taking that elbow across. Good. And one more time, lifting and then taking the elbow across, and 3. Good. Bring the hand back down to the ground. Ready to come into cat-cow. So we're going to move little by little through the spine as we normally do. So tailbone first, tipping up, and then working all the way through the spine, and then the head comes up last. And then tailbone drawing down, lower back, mid back, upper back, head comes down last. Tailbone lifts, peel your way through the spine vertebra by vertebra as you lift the head last, and then rounding lower back, nice and slow, head coming down last. That's the hardest bit for me. Straight arms, one more, tailbone moves, lower back, mid back, upper back, head coming up last, and then tailbone draws down, lower back rounds, mid back, upper back, head coming down last. Good. And then sink the hips back towards the heels, forehead towards the ground, and take a rest in child's pose. This is where you can use a little pillow or something and just rest. Take a moment to rest.